Well, that sucked. At least I'm back in my room, but still, that just sucked. That was a bad game. Bruins lose 4-3 to the Detroit Red Wings. Hey, wasn't it 5-3? Look, you gave up the empty net goal with like 15 seconds left. You pretty much lost 4-3. It's the 5-3 is just no. You could say, "Ooh, we gave him an effort. We gave him a run for their money later. Oh, it was so close. Oh, so we almost had the comeback." Here's the thing that needs to be taken away. The best way to avoid having to make a comeback is don't go down 4-0 in the freaking second period. This team clinched a spot in the playoffs. And I'm definitely going to make a video about that. Definitely going to actually put some proper editing into it instead of just unpausing and repausing the video in OBS. Definitely gonna do that. Definitely gonna actually put an effort into editing together a video for the Bruins making the playoffs. But here's something that you need to understand. Here's something that everybody needs to understand. Come here. Just come here. Just come here a second. Just come here. The regular season still matters even after you made the freaking playoffs. You can't play every single game as if you're going to come back from a 4-1 deficit in the last 10 minutes. That's not sustainable. And credit to the Bruins in the third period. They actually played fantastic. But that doesn't take away from the fact that the entire first period you could throw this team into a freaking trash compactor and they'd come out with fewer holes on defense. And look, you can't put this game entirely on you can't put the Bruins' loss entirely on the fact that Hampus Lindholm was injured. You can't put this entire game on the fact that Hampus Lindholm was injured because you know what you get when Hampus Lindholm is injured. You know what you get when Hampus Lindholm is injured. You still have a fantastic defensive core. McAvoy Grzelcyk is still one of the best defensive pairings in the entire National Hockey League. Orlov Carlo is still a really good defensive pairing. Former Clifton is still one of the hardest hitting pairs that this team has. Everything from top to bottom should have indicated that the Bruins could have won this one, and they should have. The Bruins should have won this one. And they absolutely had no business being down 4-0 in this game. And honestly, the thing that makes me most pissed about this game isn't the fact that this is the first time in I don't even know how long that we've given up two power play goals in the same game. It's the fact that for the second game in a row, we've given up a shorthanded goal. We have given up a shorthanded goal. Our power play over the past 20 games has been so bad that our opposition is close to outscoring us on the power play. Our opposition's penalty kill is close to outscoring us over the past 20 games. Where we've gone 6 for 59 at this point. We were second in the league in power play over the first 47 games. And now we have one of the worst power plays in the entire and now over the past 20, we've had some of the worst power play in the entire league. And it's been so bad that we've dropped from 2nd to 10th over the course of 20 games. We've dropped 8 spots You know, I yelled and screamed a lot during the Bruins' 0 for 39 stretch, again near the end of last season, and I was a little bit disappointed that the game that we finally decided, you know what, we're gonna actually score on the power play. The game that we decided we were going to actually score on the power play to break that 0 for 39 stretch was game 81 of the season against Buffalo. Against Buffalo, a team who was deep in a team who was, you could argue, was the start of seeing their rebuild actually provide benefits. It's, you know, they traded Jack Eichel, giving them Peyton Krebs and Alex Tuck. They finally saw they were starting to get freaking, who is it? They started to get Owen Power and Rasmus Dahlin to gel. Well, you know, Tage Thompson was finally proving that, hey, maybe they didn't lose the O'Reilly trade. But here's the thing: they were still a bad team. And that is when we broke our 0 for 39 stretch. Here, 6 for almost 59. I don't feel happy whenever we score on the power play. I feel frustrated. I feel frustrated whenever we score on the power play, because it should happen more often than it does. 10 people on this roster. That is pretty much the entire top 9 plus Foligno. Have all have hit double-digit goals this season. I can't tell you when's the last time we've had 10 people score 10 or more goals for the Bruins in a single season. I can't tell you the last time that's happened. And we just aren't getting it done on the power play. We just aren't getting it done on the power. We are scoring the third most goals in the entire league. And we have not been getting it done on the power play. And yes, I get it. I get what some people are going to say. It's better to win a game based entirely on even strength goals than it is to score entirely on power play. I still expect this team to score on the power play. You had 6 power plays this game. 6. And you scored on none of them. Detroit scored on 2 of them. Detroit scored against the best penalty kill unit in the entire National Hockey League twice. And we scored against a middling penalty kill unit 0 times. 0 times. And that's what's frustrating. We have the best penalty kill unit in the league. And we have one of the most gifted goal scorers this game has seen in a while. One of the best pure goal scorers since I don't know, like freaking Alex Ovechkin. I don't think Pasta's on the same level as Ovechkin, but at the same time, I think that honestly the man is a really good goal scorer. I don't think I'm wrong with that. So why is it not getting done? Why is it not getting done on the power play? Is it something between the ears? Is it? I'm frustrated. If you couldn't tell. Now, as for the actual game, credit to Grzelcyk, DeBrusk, and Pastrnak, especially DeBrusk, because honestly, I can firmly say 100% that he does not take a single game off. He understands that how much this game matters. He understands how much every single game matters, and he gives it every single bit of effort that it deserves every single game. DeBrusk is honestly, you can criticize a lot of players you can criticize some players on the Bruins for for their effort. I mean, sometimes freaking Carlo and Frederick had abysmal games today. Forward also awful game, awful, not good, bad, nightmare, bad, awful game from forward. Swayman also didn't really have a great game. Here's the thing, this is one thing that I'll say. Swayman has been good so far. Swayman has been a great backup this season. This wasn't a good game from him. It wasn't necessarily an awful game. We're not talking like Tuca in the return game on Willie O'Ree's number retirement ceremony. We're talking like wasn't good enough. Wasn't good enough. You got outplayed by Billy Huso. By Billy Huso, a man who's pretty much allowed a single good month in like February of last season to carry him into a starting position. Don't come at me, Red Wings fans. You know it's true. You know that Billy Huso is an okay goalie. He's not. You know that Billy Huso is an okay goalie, but he's not fantastic. But back to the point, DeBrusk, you will never see him not giving 100%. That man, every single shift, just goes at it. He has earned his place on the top line. And so I applaud him for the work he's done. Grizzly had a really good game today. I don't understand why everyone is so down on Grizzly. Grizzly played fantastic this game. Like honestly, a lot of the things that people criticize Grizzly for, you could criticize Carlo for. You could 100% criticize Carlo for, and honestly, Carlo deserves a little bit more of the criticism than Grizzly does. Carlo will have one night you'll think that he's like the modern day like Chris Chelios of how good he is. Next game you're wondering if you accidentally employed Cody Ceci. I think Grizzly had a really good game today, and he absolutely deserved that goal. Well, Pastrnak, great goal. I think, but you can't expect to bully yourself out of a 4-0 hole. They could have done it. They absolutely had the skill to, and they had the time to, and they couldn't do it. And I don't feel bad for the Bruins. For this game because, again, sometimes I don't entirely think that this game was because I don't feel bad for the Bruins because honestly, do you feel bad for the Bruins going down 4-0 and then just falling short of the comeback? Do you feel bad for this 50-win team losing in regulation because they couldn't come back from a 4-0 deficit? If you do, I don't even know. Now, the good news is next game on Tuesday, you have Chicago. You have one of the worst teams in the league. You have a team that is deep in a tank for Connor Bedard, and it's entirely likely that they don't even get him. It's entirely likely that they lose the Bedard sweepstakes. They end up getting someone like, I don't know, Matvei Michkov, Leo Carlson, maybe Adam Fantilli. I don't know. But all I know is that Chicago is a bad team. They've traded away a franchise centerpiece, and I think it's a game that is winnable. It's a game with minimal travel. You're not really traveling as far to go from Detroit to Chicago as you are going from Boston to Detroit. And hey, you actually get rest for this game. You actually get rest for this game. Rest up. Rest up. Play your hearts and show why you deserve to still be on the top, Bruins. Prove it. Just prove it to us all. That is it for today's episode. Thank you all so much for watching. I will see you guys on Tuesday. Take care.